Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video. I am Pat from Pat's Path Predictor, and we have a couple of stories we need to talk about as there have been tornadoes all over the place the last couple of days, so we need to dive right into this. The first story is about a very powerful tornado that hit Gaylord, Michigan this afternoon. And the second story is about seven tornadoes that struck the St. Louis and the surrounding areas. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and dive right into both of these stories. By the way, my 2013 War Tornado documentary is now out. The link is in the description below if you guys want to take a look at it. I recommend you do. It is probably the best documentary I've made so far. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into this. Alright, so this is the situation we have right here. In Gaylord, Michigan, the Michigan State Police are asking people from the outside area to stay away from the Gaylord area, which the National Weather Service confirms was hit by a tornado Friday afternoon. Multiple homes and businesses have been damaged in the area. The police sent a Twitter update. They are in the area with local authorities. State Police says there is a tree and power lines down, and some of them are blocking roadways, creating dangerous situation. Avoid the Gaylord area. Emergency crews are responding, they said. So this is a very serious situation, and I want to show you why this is a very serious situation. There are 16 photos I want to show you, and we're going to go over them one by one. So this is the first photo right here. As you can see, there is some pretty extensive damage that went on right here. So this is a building of some sort. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It looks like it looks pretty much like it almost completely collapsed right here. So that indicative of very strong, powerful damage. Second photo right here. As you can see, there's debris all over the place. You can see there's a car tipped over here as well. So that's something we do not want to see. Also, power lines are down. So if you're in Gaylord and you're watching this and you're seeing all this, stay away from these down power lines. Be very careful when you're outside. The third picture we're taking a look at. We're looking at some walls being torn out. We're looking at some signs being torn off. Just really destructive damage that's going on. More debris in a parking lot for photo 4. Photo 5. This is where it gets interesting. A Culver's right here, or some restaurant of some sort has been pretty much extensively damaged right here. A car's either been thrown or flipped over. Probably flipped over based on the amount of damage that's going on with this truck right here. And this is the fifth one. You can see there's a pretty extensive damage with this car right here. So this once again a powerful tornado. This is the next image right here. This is a closer look of that building right there. You can see that there is the roof where this tornado hit, as well as some walls are gone. The Culver's that was here, it did not suffer a direct hit based on some of these photos I'm seeing, but some of the signs been torn off, as well as some of the windows broken. All of that. That's pretty much going to be closed for the rest of the day. So that's pretty much what's going on. Nothing really of note here. There's a little bit, actually, there's this right here. Looks like there's some pretty extensive damage that's occurred in this area. So if it was a little less blurry, I would be able to detail it a little bit more. Same situation right here. More walls being thrown inward. More debris in the parking lots as here, right here. More debris in the road. So yeah, this was a pretty destructive tornado, as you can see right here. Another image right there. So that's basically all the images. Okay, didn't mean to do that, but yeah. So that's basically the extent of it right here. Photos and videos. Video being shared on social media with the NWS shows heavy damage along Michigan or State Route 32 and Gaylord. Video footage shows roofs being ripped off with multiple commercial and retail businesses damaged, vehicles damaged, sign torn off of retail stores, and huge pieces of debris littering parking lots along the roadway. We just covered that. The tornado was confirmed by radar and NWS an NWS employee who spotted it just before 4 p.m. At the time, the storm was described to have massive wall clouds and was moving at 50 miles per hour. So, if you ever see a tornado moving at 50 miles per hour, you have almost no time to take shelter if this thing's like 5 miles away from you. You have only 6 minutes to get into your shelter. So that's basically how fast this thing was going. Very quickly after the storm passed, though, the NWS staff said that damage was reported on the ground. An NWS survey team is being sent out today to check the conditions on the ground, which that's a good thing right there. Ping pong and egg-size hail have also been reported. I would say about 2.5 to 3 inch hail fell with this. If this is egg size, so. Yeah, this isn't very fun right there. Now, based on the damage I'm looking at here, this looks like it's more of an EF2 damage right here in parts of the Gaylord area. I remember seeing this report about 2 hours ago, where this thing where they said a large tornado went through Michigan City. So that's basically what I'm looking at. So at this point, we'll have to wait for that rating. I personally think it's going to be an EF2 tornado rating, but we'll have to wait for the NWS to see. So let's go ahead to our second story, which is the St. Louis tornadoes. NWS confirmed 7 twisters and 2 EF1 tornadoes in the St. Louis region. So these aren't particularly strong tornadoes. These are weaker tornadoes, but basically what happened is that there was 2 rounds of severe thunderstorms yesterday in St. Louis. The first round came up, impacted parts of St. Louis, and then hit parts of the outside suburbs such as Belleville, Glen Carbon, Edwardsville, O'Fallon, and just moved out by around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But then around 5:30 and 6 o'clock, we saw another round coming through. This was a much larger storm system that moved through, and it ended up generating several tornadoes. 2 of which were EF1. The rest are either EF0 or waiting to be confirmed. But there were, like I showed you this. I showed you the screenshot earlier where I said that there were several tornado warnings, including downtown St. Louis. I showed you that screenshot. Here it is once again, and that's why there were 7 twisters that were confirmed with this thing. So let's go ahead and read this article and see what's going on. St. Louis. Several tornadoes ripped through Missouri and Illinois during Thursday's severe weather outbreak in the St. Louis region. The NWS has confirmed at least 3 tornadoes in St. Louis County, in addition to several other tornadoes east and west of the county. The most intense tornado from Thursday's storms came out from southern Illinois, near 50 miles east of St. Louis. That was the tornado that was approaching Greenville, Illinois. An EF1 tornado ripped through the Illinois cities of Breeze and Greenville. I just mentioned that. And reaching gusts of 110 miles per hour. The twister traveled 17 miles over 19 minutes. 110 miles per hour, that's enough to rip off a roof. That's equivalent to a high-end Category 2 hurricane for those of you down in the Gulf Coast or the Atlantic Ocean of Florida, Georgia, whatever. So that's the equivalent right there. Franklin County also produced an EF1 tornado. A twister through the village of Leslie delivered gusts of up to 100 miles per hour, which is the path of it was only 1.3 miles, and it was only on the ground for 2 minutes. So this preliminary damage report. This was on May 19th, 2022. That was yesterday. The time was between 5:57 and 6:16 p.m. There was an EF1 110. The path length was nearly 17 miles. The max width of this was 250 yards, so that's about 750 feet, and that's a little over 2 football fields wide. So it wasn't considerably large, but it was a rather large tornado at that. It appears to have been more of a stovepipe than anything, but still, that's it right there. As of Friday afternoon, the NWS has not reported any significant injuries. Which is something I have been keeping tabs on. I haven't seen anything like that either. In St. Louis County, 3 EF0s have been confirmed by 3 p.m. Friday. The NWS tracked brief tornadoes in Kirkwood, Frontenac, and Creve Coeur. Each of these twisters produced gusts of at least 80 miles per hour, but none of them stay on the ground for more than a few minutes, which is what we like to see in populated areas like this. An EF0 tornado swept through 2.6 miles of St. Clair, crossing I-44, and lasting at least 3 minutes before it weakened and lifted. Another EF0 tornado rolling through southern Illinois near Oakville. The tornado hit near I-64 before it crossed the interstate, damaging some farm buildings and wheat fields. So, overall, not too much damage has been reported in St. Louis and all that. But this is a story I wanted to cover because there were 7 tornadoes that were confirmed in a large area of population, and I wanted to run this story just to explain to you what happened. Thankfully, no one got hurt. I saw some of the damage that happened. There were some downed trees in parts of Creve Coeur, downed trees in parts of St. Louis County, and the surrounding metro area. So that's basically the situation we have right here. This and the Gaylord tornado, we'll have to keep an eye on that rating, but I personally think the Gaylord tornado is going to end up with an EF2 rating. But with that being said, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out and helps me make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather, and I hope I'm doing this now. Also, like I said earlier in this video, right at the beginning, my More Tornado documentary is now out. The link is in the description below, so please feel free to check it out. You'll be much appreciated. Like I said, it's probably the best documentary I've made so far. I got 2 more lined up for this month, and you guys do not want to miss it. But with that being said, guys, have a wonderful day. Stay safe.